Yes, welcome back. This time I've brought Juliet to join us. And this time I'm going to follow the script so that I will behave myself. Because I've been calling Juliet Chineye since the session started. Because I prefer your other name, which is Amaka. Right?
Yes.
Is your Amaka and Didi Amaka or one
Didi Amaka?
You see? Patience is good. Because you're patient, but you're so young. You're only 26 and you're seeking mentors. At least she has crossed 30 small. What happened?
Well, for me, mentorship has always been about guidance and support. So, knowing as a woman of vision,
I like that, woman of vision.
I just feel to be on the right track and to do the right things, you need a good support system and proper guidance. That's why I started. In fact, before Tiffany Amber, I'd already joined, I think 2 mentorship sites online before. So when I saw Tiffany Amber, I was like, oh yes, this is for me, finally. And that was how I applied. And
I suppose that's why, like she said, that's why it was easier for you guys to be part of this mentorship program, because it's not about coming to sit down and have me hold your hand and pat your back. Yeah. You've been finding mentors online already.
Yes.
But I find this interesting again, because you're doing something she leads.
She launched it.
She launched it.
Yes.
That's somebody is trying to get people to be entrepreneurial in their thinking.
Yes, especially I believe that financial independence is the best gift a woman can give herself, because it has helped me personally.
You have to tell me how. Because you were working before, right?
Yes,
tell
I was
me how it
working.
has helped you personally.
Okay, it has helped me personally because after I lost my dad about 14 years ago, I've had
That means you're about 12 or 13.
Yes, 12. I was just, almost 12. 2 months before my birthday, that was when he died. So it has helped me to sort of build confidence and also not have to rely on anyone. Yes. And,
you're the first child?
Yes, I'm the first child.
And your mom became a single mom with you?
Yes.
Okay.
So, so that has led me to, it's helped me to believe that women can actually achieve whatever it is they set their minds to achieve. And the idea behind She Launched It is, it's more like an avenue to share stories of female entrepreneurs in Africa and beyond, and also bring entrepreneurship education to young females. I mean, I feel like it's better to train a child than to correct the child. So if you can bring up young girls, train them about entrepreneurship and build their minds towards that very, very early, I think it goes a long way.
What helped you while you were in school to do all of that? I find it interesting because today you are a Tony Elumelu entrepreneur. This means that you're attracting some funding into the business that you're doing because you've already shown a track record of wanting to do that. Now, at what point did you start thinking about doing this? She Launched It.
That was in 2014. Yes, I thought about it in 2014, but as with every other thing, you need a certain type of courage to push through.
Is looking at her face.
A certain type of courage to push through. And, okay, so in 2014, I had already changed jobs 2 times. Because for me, changing jobs it was always happening.
Why? You studied food science?
Food science and technology.
Didn't you know you were going to... What was your plan?
Well, my studying food science was just because I like food. Not really. And I didn't want to study medicine as they wanted me to that time. So I didn't really have any clear direction. I just wanted to study food science because I liked food. But when I got into school and then I started doing business, okay, so my first business was actually selling male shirts to male bankers. Yes, that was it.
Where did you used to buy the shirt?
I used to get them from a supplier. We had this neighbor that used to go to China to get stuff. So I used to buy them very cheap and then I'll go back to school and sell them. And it helped me a lot. It really helped me a lot. And so in 2014, when I changed jobs twice, I knew
You graduated when?
I graduated in 2011, finished service 2012.
So for 3 years, in 3 years, you changed jobs twice?
Yes. So it was boring, first of all, and I just felt that wasn't what I was cut out to do.
Boring, getting up in the morning, going to the office.
The same thing, it's just very, very monotonous.
So what's She Launched It about?
Okay,
so why is it a business for you? Why is that a business for you?
Yeah, it's a business because, so it's a social enterprise. First of all, we want to share stories of female entrepreneurs because I believe that stories are valid. it's stories
so
that
that's
have
how
helped
today's
me.
woman also helped you.
Yes. So to share stories of female entrepreneurs doing great things, the reason is to help other people achieve what they've conceived in their mind. That's one of it. And then the second is to also serve as a launch pad for aspiring female entrepreneurs so that you can actually be able to launch. That's where the name came from.
So it's an online community, is it?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
And
so
then
the last part of the objective of She Launched It is to actually take entrepreneurship education to the young females. That's what I was talking about, to young females in secondary and tertiary institutions.
Tell me how the funding you're getting is helping you. Because there are people who are going to be watching now. This young girl, she's even started up a business, she's got money coming on her way. How did you go about that?
Okay, so I heard about the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program this year.
2016.
Yes, funny enough, I didn't hear about it last year. I heard about it this year, and I applied. It took me a while. I think I got to like 60%, and then I just left it there. It was on the last day, the final day when the application was supposed to close. That was when I mustered courage to complete. I was like, okay, at least you started this stuff, just finish it. And then that was how I finished it. And when the list came out, I didn't even think about it. It was a friend of mine who saw my name. He called me and said, I saw your name. I didn't believe it. I checked and it was true. And everybody was looking forward to the funding. Yes, the funding is very, very important.
How much are you getting?
$10,000.
She whispered $10,000. And that's to help you set up the business and make sure you reach everybody. Okay, now this is about mentoring. The reason I have you guys here is that one day you woke up and who called me? I think it was you that called me and said, did you plan it as a group? And what was driving you guys? Did you want to teach me a lesson or what?
No, we didn't. Okay, we actually, because we're in this group and 3 of us know that you're a mentor, we actually
in touch.
And yes, we kept in touch.
The third person is Francisca.
Francisca, yes, the founder of Leading Ladies Africa. And one day we just decided that we needed to, we wanted to just have a meeting with you and learn from you. And it was actually, Francisca's idea, and then she said something about mentorship. And she said, sometimes, mentors, they might not take you seriously if when you go and meet them, you're always just asking questions. How about you ask them what you can do for them? And I felt, yes, that was fantastic. So we said, okay, so what were we going to do? Because whether we like it or not, you have, in your own way, affected us. Your courage, gave us, inspired us to follow our dreams. And yes, your consistency over the years. So we said, so we're working on a project with you and all of that. So that was how it happened. So we just said, how can we, partner with you to give back to all the young girls? No, she's not on set.
That's interesting. Is that because, why is she not on set?
She had to travel. She traveled for a job.
Yes. And
well, the truth is, she's not on set because she has a paid job for now.
Yes.
So she's another leading woman.
Yes.
Working and doing this her non-governmental thing of leading ladies and doing that at the same time.
She's doing a great job.
She's doing a great job. So tell me, how has your perception of mentoring changed in the past few years? Let's start with Amaka, Juliet.
Okay, so when I joined online platforms, I used to ask a lot of questions, very, very curious. But then I've realized that mentorship is not just about physical contact. Someone can actually mentor you without you meeting the person through their lifestyle, through books, and all that. So for me, mentorship is some sort of direction, really. Direction and a great support system because, as females, we have a lot of challenges we have to face on a daily basis. So having to see someone that you can actually say, oh, this person has done it, then it means I can do it. So for me, that's something to hold on to.
I wonder, though, whether you must be mentoring people also in your lives. Like you're mentoring people too. Are you afraid to, what are the lessons you're taking into that mentoring relationship that you have with other women? Or men, really, because we can also mentor men.
Okay.
Field.
Yeah. So for mentorship, I think it's important, really, from the angle of the mentee. You see, because the mentor is someone who has achieved what the mentee
wants to achieve
or aspires to achieve. So I really think that the focus for mentorship is supposed to be on the mentee. The mentee has to make up his or her mind to make sure that he or she takes the best that he can. Because sometimes mentorship can actually be abused. And then you say, this person is my mentor, and this person is supposed to give me, and this person is not available, or I asked this, or I called this person, and the person did not pick. Did the person come to Lagos because of you? That's the question, you know? So it's actually for the mentee to decide that, you know, he's going to be responsible for your own life, responsible for your own success, and take the learnings. That's just what it is. And really, mentorship, especially for women, I think there are just so many opportunities right now. It's amazing. We have WhatsApp groups. We just have so many forums now that encourage women. But the thing is, like when we're talking about competition, about meeting someone who's doing the same thing as you're doing, there are so many women out there. There's still a lot of women who need somebody they can look up to. So we can't have too many mentors. Recently, I heard about a woman who committed suicide or something. I'm not sure what page I read it on.
Yeah, it was online a couple of months ago.
Yes, and because she was owing money and she just lost hope. And I felt if she had somebody else who would have told her, look, it's going to be okay, and, you know, shared hope with her or just told her what to do or supported her in some way, maybe she wouldn't have thought about that option.
Well, time always flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
I'm sure we'll do that lunch again, especially because you guys paid. So we'll repeat it. But however, I would like to share with my viewers what the lessons you've taken out of this whole mentor relationship and all of that, and from your work as well. So we'll start with you, Juliet.
Okay, lessons on
learned,
mentorship.
yes, just generally, life lessons, you know, on birthing dreams. Let's do that.
For me, I believe consistency, or I've learned consistency is key. At least from you. You know, I always tell you this, that you represent a very fine breed of women, powerful women that have been able to impact their own generation and beyond. So for me, consistency, I've learned that you have to show up every day. You can't even afford to give up.
Yeah.
You just have to.
I had a fall, but I still had to come. Show has to go on.
So you have to just continue, keep going. Consistency, I think that's what I've learned.
What's your takeaway?
For birthing dreams, you know, I believe everybody's unique. Everybody has something special to offer to the world. Everybody has something to give, you know, and especially for women, it's important to infuse your work with passion and just believe in what you were born to be, because God made all of us for a purpose. So don't give up whatever it is. And mentors help you. When you watch other women, when you watch other people, you can see from their stories, like reading stories, and just there are all sorts of resources online that give you information on, you know, how people did the things they did. And yes, you can just take advantage of it. Take all the information, take all the learnings. Don't be afraid to go after your dreams and just, you know, go for it.
What I take away is, and I hope all mentees or mentors out there hear from what you guys have done, is the fact that it's not only the mentor that gives, the mentee gives. They paid for my lunch. And we're working on something together. And also you can admire somebody from afar and try to acquire the attributes of that person, and don't let the fact that somebody else is doing it stop you from doing it. Right?
Yeah.
And they kept on hearing her saying, woman, woman. You can be sure that she's a woman. Thank you so much for coming on set to be with me. And I appreciate it. And seriously, we must take a rain check on that lunch. But this time, I'll pay.
Thank you.
That's been Seriously Speaking for today. We'll see you again next week.